Hello.
Hello there.
We're back. We're back. It's
yeah.
been almost 2 months, Dr. Mary.
2 months.
We have created a new program called Discover Your Sober Spark. It's a 90-minute experience. It is a date night experience. So Saturday, February 25th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We are super excited about it because I think that it encapsulates what we've been doing for the 6+ years since you got sober.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
We had to figure out when Maz got sober, well, what is our thing now? Because so much of what we did engage in before Maz got sober involved alcohol. You've heard me say that I used to have to entice him. You know, I would say, if we go for a bike ride, we can bike to a restaurant and get a drink. Or I would get him to mow the lawn because I would say, well, I'll walk across the street to Bernie's and get you a 6-pack of beer. Or I could get him to sit in the sunroom if I would say, let's have some wine. So we primarily were drinking together. And I wasn't drinking much, but that is beside the point. So Maz came home from rehab and we really had to figure out, what are we going to do now? And Dr. Mary, I would love you to say, because I made the suggestion that we should come up with some lists of hobbies and activities.
Well, I suggested, obviously hard to do in North Dakota, but I thought traveling to the ocean side and beach combing with metal detectors. Primarily, that was my segue into the fact we could move to Hawaii on a permanent basis and have that as a hobby. But I suggested things like, I did actually suggest parachuting, just to try that together. But the thing that really convinced Dana that we had to try something else is when I suggested something that I thought she'd be very, very interested in with her first degree in the theatre arts and performance. And I didn't know the difference between this and a performance, was a Civil War reenacting. Because I like history.
I like history too. But I don't need to pretend to be in history.
Now, I didn't really understand the many twists and turns and
intricacies.
Thank you. Of actually Civil War reenactment and what it actually entailed. I just thought it would be interesting.
Well, I don't know what it entails either, but it sounds terrible. Terrible. I mean, come on. So, that was Dr. Mary's list. My list, I never really made a list. I couldn't really come up with anything.
See, I try.
Except puzzles.
Okay.
So I bought us a 1,000-piece puzzle and thought, we'll throw this thing together in a day. That was a colossal nightmare.
Well, what was it of?
A blue ocean and a blue sky and a little bit of sand. Because again, he likes the ocean, so it made sense.
It was a beach sunset.
It was miserable.
1,000 pieces.
We weren't fighting about these things. You took it really well when I lost my mind about Civil War reenactment, because you're a calm person. But here's the whole reason we're telling you this. You have to figure out, who are we now that alcohol is not the thing between us? Whether one of you struggled with it, or addiction of any kind. It's not just alcohol. Whether one of you struggled with it, whether you both struggled with it, whether you had different addiction struggles, it doesn't matter. When that thing goes away, it's like becoming an empty nester. And you sort of look around and go, what the hell do we do now?
Yeah.
So that is the purpose of this 90-minute couples only workshop. There are not that many requirements. One of you needs to be in recovery. Preferably the other one of you doesn't need recovery. Or, I mean, don't come to this thing if you are on the cusp of rock bottom. We are not equipped to help you, as we've always said. This is for people who are on the other side of sobriety, and you might be newly sober and in a relationship where the person is newly sober, or you might have been sober for years and still sort of thinking, I'm not totally sure what we're doing here. And I was thinking about this earlier today, and I realized that I think our 9-part series, which is what launched all of our public conversation around alcoholism and addiction and sobriety, and Daily Dose is absolutely our spark. I mean, we do all kinds of other things together that are fantastic. We even now do puzzles. We just do simpler puzzles.
Yes, fewer than
fewer
1,000.
pieces. Yes. But probably the most important thing that we do is Daily Dose or some version of it, because that's us being super authentic, super vulnerable, laughing, crying, sometimes being angry. I mean, you know, if you've watched, you've seen a full spectrum of emotions from us, and letting other people know that that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we had to figure that out. It took us almost 3 years before I even ever thought maybe we could talk about this publicly. So I tell you that because if you are happy in your relationship, married or not, we don't care. If you are happy in that relationship, but feeling like, oh, there should be something more, this is a great course for you to come and take. Great experience to have. And if you feel like, boy, everything's super, then come and see if there's anything more to mine, to extract. So I'm not going to give you the details of it. I can promise you this. It is not going to be scary. Nobody's going to have to stand up and say, hi, I'm Dana. I'm a fill in the blank. We are not going to ask for a show of hands of who's the person in recovery. We don't really care about that. What we care about is helping you figure out how to get a relationship that is as joyful for you and the way you desire as ours is for us.
Yeah.
When you sign up, you will get a beautiful downloadable workbook for both of you, each of you. You will get one of our favorite non-alcoholic drink recipes that you can make in advance so that when we come, it really does feel like a date night. You can't give your important person a finer gift than the opportunity to spend 90 minutes reflecting on and thinking about who you are, where you've been, and where you want to go as a married couple, as a couple in a relationship. You do not need to be married. We don't care. We're not going to ask that question either. So anything else, Dr. Mary?
Nope. It's just right down there. If you want to sign up, there's the website down there.
There it is. We really hope to see you on the 25th.
Oh, I hope so too.
Send me a note if you have any questions. Otherwise, get signed up and figure out how to discover your sober spark together. We will talk to you soon. Dr. Mary, it was fun to be back, wasn't it?
It was actually, yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.